Here are 10 more features that I personally think should be added to Driving Empire that I think would make the game a whole lot better, so let's just get straight into it. And yes, I said 10 more features. That's because part 1 is already out. If you haven't gone and watched that already, go watch it. It should be a little tag up in the top right now that you could go and click on that. But let's get straight into the next 10 that I personally think. Now, this first one right here is going to be more car spec options. Now, you're probably like, okay, what does that mean? And some of you might be thinking, oh, like on the Paganis, right? Like more colors. No, I just mean more spec. Like more specs that you can do, right? Like look at all these pictures. And then, well, I'll show you some of the cars, right? So look at this, right? There's no trim, you know, like no color trim. You could do color trim in real life. And like, you know, like maybe some more carbon fiber options or and stuff. Like, look, if you go to the GT3 RS right here, see the hood right here, right? It's normal, right? It looks normal. Well, if you look at this, that has a carbon hood. Why can't we have that? Come on, that would be the coolest thing ever if we could have that. Now, I know it's probably up to the brands themselves on what options they want in the game. So, you know, you can't really get mad at Driving Empire or the brands for this. You know, it's just they don't want people making ugly cars. But I just think that would be a really cool feature if we did have more customization to said cars. Now, our second one here is going to be a dealer revamp. Now, this... I was just two-wheeling that. Now, this would be super cool, I think, if we got a dealer revamp. I mean, the current one, it's not bad, okay? But then again, like, if we got maybe, I don't know, a certain brand's dealership, I think that'd be really cool. Now, at the same time, if you look at it like this, you know, like, other brands might be like, oh, why do they get their dealer instead of ours, right? So, quick little side note to this. Something that I just thought of that I thought would be really cool would be what if dealers, like, every single brand had their own dealer spread across the map. I think that would be really cool. Because then that would also fix this whole issue with, you know, like one brand wanting, or being like, why do they get their dealer instead of us getting ours, or, you know, just like having just the Driving Empire dealer. But, you know, like, yeah, if every single brand had their dealer just scattered across the map, I think that would be so cool. Probably wouldn't make too much sense or, you know, work, or would probably be very laggy, but it doesn't matter. It's cool. I get why they don't do it, but, you know, like if we had like, I don't know, maybe a Porsche dealer or like a Ferrari dealer instead of just the Driving Empire dealer, right? I think that'd be really cool. But, you know, once again, I don't know if the other brands would like it or if any brand would accept to that, you know? But, yeah, still a pretty cool feature, I think. Now, this one, yes, and please, I want this one so bad. And that is hiding the little spawn circles at your house. Because... let's say, one, I'm broke and I don't have enough Robux to buy all the slots, right? Or two, I just don't want to see those there if I don't want to spawn cars there. I want to get rid of those. I don't want those there just doing their little glowy thingy. But no, I think, honestly, this would be a really cool feature if we could just remove them. Like, just like a little option in the settings button here. Like, come on, it's super easy, right? Right? Okay, now this one. This one's something a lot, and I mean a lot of people want. If not 90% of the Driving Empire community wants this, and that is the ability to sell houses. Where is that? That seems like such an easy feature to add, but like, you know, because like you buy a house, right, it isn't the best, and you know, like especially for the people that bought the $20 million house. Now you just have a $20 million house that I know for a fact you're not going to use all the time, and they don't. Too, right? They want to get rid of that house. Now, I think this would be a super cool feature because, you know, then, yeah, you know, like you don't have to keep all those houses, right? Like, let's say you finally get enough money for a new house and you don't want the old house, but you want the money from it, right? I don't know. I just think it would be a really cool feature. I know a lot of people are definitely going to agree on this one. But, and even if you're like, well, you know, because you could sell the limited houses. No, you can't. They'll just be like limited cars. You can't sell them. They're you know, they're just going to be locked there forever. And that's something that you can't get rid of. But, like, at least you could get rid of the $20 million. Now, this one right here was actually recommended to me by this person. I don't know how to say the name. I'm just going to put it up on screen right here. Thank you so much for this. But this one is actually really cool. And that is the ability to have a startup button to actually turn on your car. And then when you get out of the car, it'll just be stuck on idle, so you actually have to manually switch it off, which I think is really cool. Now, there's an upside to this, right? One, yeah, it's really cool. It's definitely going to make the game more realistic. Two, I feel like a lot of people would either think that's just like long and tedious, or a lot of people would probably just forget that it's on, right? So, I don't know. Like I said, yeah, upside, downside to this, but either way, I think it's still a really cool feature. Now, this is one that I have personally been wanting for a while now, and that is brand selection in your inventory. Now, this would work just like it does in the dealership currently, where you can look at all the brands and just click on which one of the ones you'd own for the inventory part. But you just click on that, and then you can see all from that brand without having to type it in, or, you know, if you just, yeah, want to find something specific. And, you know, I just think it'd be a really cool feature. You know, would definitely update this, make this look better, because, you know, like, right at the start, you know, you got Porsche, Pagani, like, you got all those, right? Like, I'm trying to see, maybe I'm just trying to see Pagani, and you're like, oh, well, we got the car collections, right? You could just go there. Well, yeah, here's the thing. Like, legit, how many brands is that? That's 7 brands. That's 7 brands. Come on, there's like 30 in the game. That was a huge lag spike because that all loaded in. I'm sorry. Now, this one is something that a lot of people probably might not agree with, and I don't know if Driving Empire would agree with it either, and that is fuel and charging for the cars. Now, I think this would be a really cool addition to the game, you know, feature. I don't know why I could not get that out of my mouth. But yeah, I mean, just kind of like Liberty County does, right? You know, like you actually have to fuel up the car, and if you run out, then, you know, you run out, right? And, well, another thing people are probably going to be complaining about, they're like, well, if I do run out of gas and I can't get to a gas station, well, once you respawn the car, you will actually have a little bit of gas left just so you could get to a gas station. But, you know, I think that would be really cool to have fuel and charging. Now, charging, that would be a little bit of a different matter. I do really like how Liberty County does it, though. But, you know, like, you just park, right? You could have free charging once you park there, or you could get out and you can have supercharging, which will cost money. Whereas the free slow charging wouldn't cost money. But, you know, like, if you actually got out and supercharged it, then it would cost money. But it would charge a lot faster. I just think it'd be a cool little feature, make the game, once again, more realistic. And if anything, you could just turn it off in settings. You know, I feel like a lot of these could be a thing where, yeah, that'll be super cool if they add it, but you could also turn it off in settings if you don't want that realism, because, yes, it will make the gameplay a little harder. Now, if you can't see where I'm going with this one, this one's better lighting, okay? Because, first of all, I'm sorry, but what the heck is this? This is way too bright. And, well, if you're like, oh, well, Playful, like, I love it, I can see everything. Yeah, well, if you go outside in real life and there's, like, no street lights or anything, it's pitch black. You're not seeing anything. That's why you have a phone, so you can have a flashlight on, because I know for a fact you don't carry a flashlight on you. Yeah, it is like way too bright, honestly. I mean, look at that. I can still see under that building. It looks like the building has light under it. It's like it's being illuminated under there, right? Like, it is just way too bright at night. And the daytime lighting, yes, that's fine. But there is one more thing. I do have a problem with the sunset and the sunrise. They're just like a little bit too low. Like, if they were just a bit higher, honestly, right? Like, if they were just a bit higher in the sky, I think the lighting would be perfect. But other than that, you know, it's kind of fine. It's mostly just at night that's like, you know, it looks like studio lighting, honestly, in the Truman Show. Okay, so the next one we got here is licensed motorcycles. Now, this, personally, I think would be really cool. I know a lot of people would like this. Now, there are some motorcycles that I think would be extremely cool. One would be, like, the BMW motorcycles. I think those are a thing. Put it up on the screen if it is. I really hope it is. But, you know, there are some good motorcycle companies. Now, I know legit, I'm dead serious here. I know nothing about motorcycles, okay? Like, you could ask me one thing, and I couldn't tell you the slightest of a guess of an answer, okay? But yeah, I do think they'd be really cool. It would add something fun to the game, you know, like if you don't want to just drive around cars, you know, I think it would be really fun going through these hills on the motorcycles. Also, better chassis. Just better motorcycles in general, I think. Like, I don't even know what's happening. Now, for our last one here, this is going to be better sounds on the cars. Now, yes, I am driving one of the cars in the game that have the best sound, in my opinion. But there is some cars that I personally think could have better sounds to them, right? Like, there is just some cars that they're like, okay, that's, even just for this, the NASCAR one, just make this louder. Okay, that's all I ask. You don't even need a new sound for this. You just need to make this louder than the YR. That is all I ask. Okay, please. It's something small. Hey, look at that. We got a little bonus one going here. Ain't that fun? This one's tanks. I don't know. Tanks. Come on. I mean, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed. This video was yeah. Please subscribe. Road to 1,000. What are we even at now? Road to 1,300, I think. I don't know. I'm too lazy to check right now. Thank you. See ya. Oh, P.S. Happy Veterans Day. Forgot to say that. There's probably a text on the screen at the start of the video and right now. It's probably just in the middle of the screen, isn't it? Yeah. Well, enjoy this montage that I have coming up for Veterans Day. Thank you to everyone that has served for our country. And yeah, thank you. See you guys all in the next one on Wednesday and Friday if you can't make it to Wednesday's video, and at least you can make it to Friday's stream. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. See ya. I said thank you way too much, didn't I? Yeah,